Oh, hell yeah. This is the topic. There's been some people that wanted to hear. How the hell did I learn I was a daddy dom? And when did it happen? This is a good question. I don't know if I've actually mentioned this before. So let's get to that. That's going to be awesome. So I am 41 today. When I was 23, I think it was when I was 23. Might have been when I was 22. Man, I can't remember. I met a 17-year-old. She was about to be 18, promise you. And it's still legal in Missouri because I met her grandparents. And she was living with her grandparents and all that. Anyways, not the point. So it was legal. We're all good. She was literally turning 18, so calm down, people. Wasn't a big age gap. All right. So I met this girl who was together for about 3 years. And about almost 2 years into our relationship, I wouldn't say really bored, but whatever, we'll go with that. We just needed a change in our relationship. And one day I was mentioning role playing or, something to the types of doing things differently in the bedroom or in our life. Basically a dynamic. She was always like a little age regressor and I was always a caregiver. That's just the way I was since I was 15. I read a bunch of stuff. My mom had Cosmo or something, What Men Don't Know or something. I read basically what men don't know, like how to touch or how to do certain things for their partner. So I read a lot. Like I was ready for the first moment to touch my girlfriend for the first time. And I did it right. So it was like I've always been that person because I wanted to know as much as I can to please my girl. Now, when it comes to my first long relationship, she was, I guess I want to say like a little. Back then it was, called something different, but today's standards, she was being a little. And I just became a daddy. It's just the way it went. So I've always been a daddy. Now the dom side didn't really kick in until a few years ago. And that's what I try to tell people. As a daddy dom, number one, I'm a daddy, then I'm a dom. It's a little different. And that's why last year I was starting to say I need to practice my aggression. Like when a girl's being bratty, I need to cut the shit down and put her in her place, but I used to never been able to. So that's when my dom side finally kicked in 100%. But it's just the partners, having a partner to reassure you that it's okay to be the dom, knowing your position in the relationship and all that. And that's how that started. Now, 17 years ago, I guess going on 18 years ago, I became a daddy. I took care of her as if I was her father in loving ways and protecting and, helping her be who, her full potential, basically. And she wasn't ready for that, and that's why I ended the relationship. But after that, I was so loving the fact of who I was, I kept trying to be it. Now, just a couple of years ago, I met a little off of the internet, a local, and she said a crazy question that no one else has ever asked me. And this question, if you ever go on dating sites or whatever, this is a beast of a question. And the question she asked me, because I remember where I was sitting, I remember everything about it, which I have a bad memory, but there's something about it I remember. So the question, it was from your past exes and lovers. Now, when you say lovers, it could be, friends with benefits who were short term that didn't work out. Either way. So from your past exes and lovers, what was the most common complaint they all had about you? So I sat and thought about it. I'm like, damn. I'm a pretty honest and open dude. I'll tell you straight up. And I'm like, all right, here it is. You ready for it? They all said that I treat them like I'm their father. A lot of them said that. What I mean a lot. And she says, I thought so. I knew it. I was just waiting for you to say something more than what you have said already to me. But basically, I want to tell you, you need to look up Daddy Dom Little Girl. And she told me to remember, she said, just remember one thing. look up a bunch of different websites. Some talks bad on it, and some tries to explain it, and some gives you detail. So I found one with detail, and I literally cried when I read it, because I thought I was fucking nuts. I thought I was crazy. I thought maybe because of my PTSD, which another video I'll get into, but not this one. But I thought maybe it's something in me that was wrong. Like, why am I treating my girls like this? Giving them rules, telling them what, how much they can drink that night, or telling them they can't drink it all that night, or how much weed to smoke, or whatever the fuck. I feel like I need to help them, not control them, but guide them and give them stability. And I'm like, I thought there was something wrong with me. I was wanting to give that up because girls just fucking hate it, apparently. But there's some girls that enjoyed it and preferred it. I totally get it now. And that's when my life changed, honestly. A year goes by, because I've already dated a baby girl, a little and a brat, until, after I found out who I am. But, I mean, we was together for a while. Okay, the baby, my first relationship, my first long-term relationship, 3 years, she wasn't really, my first relationship, she was just a little. I met my baby girl in 2015, I think it was, and we was together for like, I don't know, 2 years altogether, maybe, kind of on and off a couple times. And then the brat lasted for about 7 months. I mean, some people consider that long term, some people don't, whatever. It was relationships to me. So, I've already been with those types, prior, and I knew how to deal with them because I was already a daddy. Now the dom started after the brat. Now, and then the aggressive, well, it was actually maybe before. I'll give you that. Maybe it was a little bit before, but I wasn't aggressive enough. So finally I got into the community and started learning. I got on YouTube and I needed to learn more. And that's why I gave a little break there for a while. It might have been my 5th video or something. And I say in one of my videos after, look, I plateaued, I needed to go in the community and learn more, because really all I know is about the DDLG in my life, in my opinion. And that's what that was about. Now, since you know that part, when did I learn that I was a sadist? Did you know I was a sadist? A sadist is somebody that enjoys inflicting or giving pain. I've always been that way, but not really. I never had impact play until last year. This year exact is when it started to come out. I was seeing a girl, didn't last long, but I smacked her in the face because she was, I wouldn't say really being bratty. Either way, I smacked her in the face and I felt something go up my spine and I enjoyed it. And then I introduced it while having sex and I loved it. It riled me up. It got me in my primal stage, my dominant stage. So it just was awesome. It was amazing. I've always been the guy that will smack your thighs. I love thighs. Smacking ass, yes. It was always been my thing. I've been pulling hair and choking for 17 years, but I never really enjoyed it because of my daddy's side would basically have a freak out session and I would dom drop. And once, I got my first partner last year that showed me the correct ways and reassured me and said it was okay, I finally became sadist. I have experience in smacking the ass and all that good stuff. All right, so that is how I learned, was just some little saying hey and giving me questions, the internet. And it's crazy how I've been this way for so many years and had no idea. And that's what the cool part about it is. Now I have lots of experience. I don't have textbook experience like a lot of people say, because I don't know about pet play and I don't know about diaper love or play or whatever. Those two I just don't know yet. But that's not really technically under DDLG. Now, the diaper play is technically, you can have DDLG type of dynamic, but it's a different dynamic as also with the pet play. So, but for the babies, littles, and brats, and middles, and all that, I know, Daddy knows. And I am 100% fully understanding, perspective. It's just who I am. I was always this way. That stems off my past trauma that happened to me, and one day I'll talk about that. I don't know when, maybe one day. And I hope you enjoy this video and how I became who I am and how I learned. And until then, I don't know, hit the like button. That's a good start. Hey, did you like that video? Well, try these videos out. Have you seen this video yet? You have? Try that video. Oh, you've already seen that video? I don't know, replay this video. It's awesome. No, for real, watch one of these other videos. Seriously. The videos.